It's fine. The UK wants to have a deep and special partnership with the EU, and we're very clear that it's profoundly in the United Kingdom's interest that the EU continues to succeed and to prosper politically, economically and socially after we have left the structures of the European Union. So we've been here talking to members of the European Parliament across parties and across countries about how we can have the most constructive dialogue going forward, how we can establish the best terms for the negotiations to come. And I'm sure that in the next 2 years of negotiations there will be some difficult periods, but we want to look through that to establish the strongest partnership possible and recognise that the UK is leaving the European Union, but it's not leaving Europe. That we want to work together constructively in the future, and that the mutual interests of both sides in this negotiation can be served by a successful outcome. Wants to have a deep and special partnership with the EU, and we're very clear that it's profoundly with these. Well, we welcome the fact that both the Parliament's resolution and the Council's guidelines set out that talks can begin on the future relationship once progress has been made on those discussions around withdrawal. We think that's a positive move, and we think that it's something that we would like to move the conversation onto the future relationship as soon as possible. Of course, we recognise there are aspects of the withdrawal arrangements which we will need to negotiate, we will need to have a conversation about, but we think that the best interests of both sides in this negotiation will be served by getting on to the technical discussions about the future relationship as quickly as possible in the 2 years that we have available. I think our first responsibility, and the thing we are putting first in this process, which I recognise the EU institutions are also putting first, is citizens. And so we have a responsibility to UK citizens, whether they live in the UK or whether they live across the EU. We also recognise the responsibility we have to those EU citizens who have come to live in the UK with the expectation of being able to exercise their rights under the free movement rules that have existed to date. So we want to reach a deal very early in this process on the rights of citizens to protect all 4 million citizens who are affected by this, those who are living in the UK, but also those UK citizens living in the EU. I really welcome the fact that the Parliament and the Council have set that out as a first priority from the EU perspective as well, and I think that's something that we're keen to get down to the detailed conversation about how best we can do that and how we can respect the principle of reciprocity in protecting the rights of citizens.